Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I want to hop on really quickly and share some projects that I've been working on. I was working with the Sunny Days collection and decided to make two kind of big 3D projects. So this first one is this beautiful camera. And if you remember a while back, I posted one that I made for the Facebook group swap. And I made the silhouette version. So this is actually a file that you can buy from 3D SVGs. To make the larger camera, and I absolutely love it. Again, this is the Sunny Days collection, and I use some basil cardstock that is textured, and some mercury glass gold paper. So this is how my camera turned out, and I added various flowers from my stash. It's stickled. There's the Spectrum Noir sparkle pen all in there. Pearls and gems all around, and I stitched, of course, to make sure I had enough gold in there, and I use these two colors because they complement each other. So here is my little camera, and I of course colored her. Representation matters, so I colored her. And then my next project is this bad boy. I created this bag. It's based off of something that I think Cat Paper Love on Instagram, she made a while back, and I wanted to create one. So I actually made my own. I used my Cameo, and if I can perfect the file by the time this video goes up, I'll include it. But if not, there is a bag that you can buy. I think it's $7 for the bag, but it's cheaper to just buy, like, it comes in a bundle. So it's cheaper to just buy the bundle, I think, for $12. You get like 4 other cutting files, 5 other cutting files on the 3D SVG site. But yeah, here is the bag that I created, and it is a shaker. I'll shake it once I empty it. So again, Sunny Days paper. I did some stitching. I did some layering of various things. There's some chipboard, a rosette from Tay, a bow from Tay, who is Cuddle Me Clay Tay here on YouTube as well as Instagram. I also added some Nouveau drops here and there, and some ephemera from the collection. This is actually one of the Hobby Lobby little mermaid girls. I just cut her in half, so I figured I can use the mermaid tail for something different, and I just popped her in. And yeah, here is my bag, and it looks the same on the back, just without the big embellishment. I used the mercury glass paper again, and then used my eyelet punch for that. Alright, so let me just empty it out. It holds a ton of stuff. I think I made it 2.5 inches wide. So it's 2.5 inches wide. And I initially wanted this to fit, but I forgot how the front of the camera, how far it jets out, so it does not fit in. So I had to figure out what other goodies I wanted to add. But this is how it shakes, and this is just various sequins. Clearance sequins from Hobby Lobby from a while back, Cartwright sequins. Some of the sequins I picked up from the creative Mojo Studios, who is Ariel, the Glam Shop lady. I think her channel is the Glam Shop right now. She was selling sequins, just various little sequins. I used some acetate. I actually stitched it together. It's not perfect. So if the recipient is watching this, it's not perfect, but it's made with so much love because it took a lot of time to figure out what I want to do since I created it myself. Like, I cut out the acetate and stuff using the Cameo, and then what did I make myself? I hand cut out this part because it's just a rectangle. You just have to make sure when you put it on, you slant it right. In the bottom, I had to figure out my own. I didn't use the file for that. So mainly just the front panel. But the inside is a pink panel of like basil cardstock. I want to say it's 110, but I'm not sure. And it's patterned. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a pink plaid. So I wanted to make sure it was super sturdy. So I had all that going on, just trying to make sure that the inside and the outside both look nice. But yeah, I love it. I love it, and I hope the recipient knows it too. Again, a lot of work creating it by myself, but I loved it. All right, so what's inside? So this is a card, a 3D card envelope die that you can pick up from Spellbinders. I'll link it down below. I hauled it a while back. but it holds more dimensional cards. And it's 3 pieces that you have to cut out. You cut out the base, then you cut out the top panel, and you cut out the bottom panel. And you have the choice. There's 3 different panels you can use. So you can use 2 of these panels. One of the panels is longer than the other, so that's what I did. And then there's a shorter version of this panel, and it'll just meet in the middle. So you do have options for how you want to put it together. But I had cut it out. This is 110 cardstock, and then I cut out more pieces of the paper and stitched, as you can see. And the stitch here, did some layering, nothing too fancy. I did use the Crafter's Companion die that people were looking for. I actually found it, and I kept one for myself and sold the rest that I found. And I'm just now using it, and I love it. So this is 3 layers of that flower, and I used the little Dollar Tree balls and cut them in half. So inside, I just slid in, one of them is in there. So I slid in these flowers, and I have little glue dots. They're huge glue dots, so I cut them in 4ths and stuck it on the back, and then I have double-sided tape holding it down to here so that the recipient can just get the paper off and use it how they want. But I stuck these in there, and they aren't going to get bent or anything because it's a dimensional envelope, which I absolutely love. So I can use it for a card, or I can use it to stick in goodies. And of course, I added a snap. So that is that one. So that's the first thing. Then I have this little box, which is also a Spellbinders die that I picked up. Again, I'll link it down below. I do regret gluing before stitching. It's the same paper as on the side of this. So I wanted to make sure I used all my scraps up first before I cut into a new sheet of paper. That's just how I've been operating lately. And then I have some chipboard here, as well as this thicker that's a heart. And then I have this twine all around it. And the recipient, I did not glue this down. So if you're watching this, I didn't glue it down. So you can just unravel it and use it on projects. I thought that'd be a different way to give it. And it goes with the collection. So inside... Okay, so these are just some daisies that I punched out, and I have them in like solids with the gem, and then with some glitter with the gem. And I thought the recipient can use them as flowers on their own, or if they want to make those flowers that I think her name is Lori. She's creating for fun, and she's on Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel, and she showed a tutorial on how to make her flowers that people have been loving. So if the recipient wanted to make these her flowers, they can use these as centers. So there's 2 options for that. So I just made a bunch of those in different colors that match the collection, as well as could be used on various projects. Next up, I have some bag toppers that I created, and I used a circle die. It's a Spellbinders die I do not have in arm's reach of me right now, but it's a circle die, and then this piece that's like cut out is the second circle, so you have to, it's like a nested circle, so I had to like tape it how I wanted it and then cut it out. But these are the 2 back toppers that I made, well 3. And I just used a lot of the chipboard and the flat stickers that I had in my stash that went with the collection, and then some ephemera, Nouveau drops, and more thickers. I want to take it out. But these are some bag toppers. And then the last little embellishments that I made were these cameras. And this is a Tim Holtz Sizzix Bigs die. So I was able to cut out like all the pattern paper I could want for this in one go, which is I absolutely love. The only part I hate is the piecing in, because there's nowhere to like glue and piece in. So what I had to do was I stuck some acetate on the back, and then I glued all my embellishments to the front. So it also acts like a lens. So if she puts something behind there, it's going to have a glare to it because it's acetate. So yeah, so I created these just different papers, and I added Nouveau drops to the top, so like buttons on this one, and then I have gems to look like the flash and buttons. I popped up a sentiment and added this little girl I got from Hobby Lobby to this one, and then I just did flowers with stickles and a little sentiment here from the sticker pack, and then the actual like flash part, I added some stickles there just to give it a little interest. And then I just have some goodies here to go inside, but this is not all that I'm including. It's just all that I had in the bag for now. All right, guys, so that's all that I have. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.